Hi, welcome to my home workout. 6 days a week during the quarantine. I'm doing simple, minimal equipment, 20-minute-ish workouts, inviting everybody to join in. So thanks for tuning in if you're watching on Instagram or if you're checking this out on YouTube later. Please like and subscribe for more. Okay, so hopefully you've had a little chance to warm up. If not, you can warm up now on showing you what equipment that I'm going to be using, and hopefully you have something similar. For my weight, I just have a 10-pound ball, dumbbell or kettlebell or stack of flour or something works just as well. Alright, I got a resistance band, about a ½ inch in width there, but it doesn't really matter in terms of the thickness of the band. That's all about your preference, really. I also have another little resistance band, a little bit of a wider loop here that's meant for the lower body, which I'm going to be using as well a little bit later on. Okay, so it's day 4 for me this week, meaning I'm going to be focusing on upper body push. So the big exercise for today are going to be some push-ups with a band for a little bit of added resistance. Alright, before we get into that, I always start with a little bit of core bracing just to make sure these muscles in here are ready for all the work they're going to be involved in for the rest of the workout. So I'm going to do a couple really simple ones today. One of them is going to be the dead bug. So dead bug is nice and gentle. I'm going to have the arms up in the air, the legs up bent about a 90-degree angle like so. I want to make sure I'm taking a big bracing breath into the core and sticking the lower back ribs to the ground. My head's going to stay on the ground and my shoulder blades are pretty much back against the ground too, so I'm not reaching super high up here. My shoulder blades are in that nice packed position. From here I'm going to reach out opposite arm and leg like so, keeping the contact to the ground with the lower back ribs. Alright, so it's going to be 10 per side in this one. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. What I'm going to pair with the dead bug is called the bird dog. So you may have seen this sort of a yoga-like exercise. The idea here is I'm basically flipping the dead bug right over. So now I'm on all fours. I'm really reaching for the ground so you can see my shoulder blades protracting forward. My upper back is nice and high, but I'm still a basic neutral spine here, just sloping down from the top of the head to the tailbone there. From here I'm going to reach out with the opposite arm, opposite leg, and then I'm going to come in. Usually I just touch elbow to knee, but if you want a little bit of an extra crunch, you can sort of tap the knee with the hand there. You're reaching out, you want to think reach out rather than lift up because you want the pelvis to remain in the position it's in. You don't want to be twisting at the hips or kind of shifting the lower back in any way like that. So you want to be nice and flat back there. So that's going to be 10 per side as well. We'll do one side and then the other side. All right, so reaching for 1, 2, 3, 4. Really reach for the ground with that supporting arm. Keep the core nice and tight. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Same thing on the other side. Just going to shift your weight, reaching out those opposite limbs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice my leg doesn't go too high up in the air. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's the bird dog, or dynamic bird dog. You can also just hold it statically if you'd like. Okay, gonna flip back over, go through one more round each of those. Start with the dead bugs, flipping over like a dead bug. Nice big bracing breath around the spine, reaching out with those opposite limbs. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. My foot doesn't quite make contact with the ground. 5, 6, that leg just straightens out. Same with the arm. 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, right back into those bird dogs. Remember, really reaching for the ground, big bracing breath, core nice and tight, reaching out with those opposite limbs. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And relax. Little breather here now that we got our core bracing out of the way. So how this works is 4 exercises, 10 reps of each, and we're going to do 3 complete sets. Treat all those 4 exercises basically as a circuit or a superset. Take a rest after doing the 4, and then hit that cycle 2 more times. So like I said, it's all about upper body push today. So we're going to start off with the toughest exercise, which is going to be banded push-up. Then we're going to roll into a little bit of hip work with some abduction work, which I'll show you when we get there. Going to need that little thicker band for that one. Then I'm going to do some band pull-aparts, or a nice little upper body stretch out, nice little counterpoint to this posture, which we're often stuck in all day. And then after that, going to hit a little bit of a hamstring curl. Okay, so let's start with the push-up. Now, if push-ups are hard enough for you already, just do a classic push-up. If that's too tough, what you can do is push up with your hands on like a bench or a chair or a bed or an elevated surface. Makes it a little bit easier for you. But in terms of the form, it's going to be classic push-up form no matter what you try to decide to do, okay? For me, and if you want to join me and make this a little harder, I'm going to put my thumbs, so you can put your fist through it, whatever, through the loop there. And then I'm going to wrap that around my back, around my lats, tucked beneath my shoulder blades, and it's right underneath my elbows. I'm going to get into a classic push-up position. That means I want my upper arm about a 45-degree angle to my body. I don't want the elbows in too much because that's more of a tricep push-up. I don't want them straight out because that's going to be very shoulder dominant. I want to focus on the pectorals, okay? So first I'm going to sort of corkscrew the base of my palms into the ground there. Just going to twist them right into the ground, tighten up the lats. I'm a nice straight line, see, from the feet to the top of the head now. Keeping the core nice and tight, pull myself down, pushing myself up, like so. Keeping that straight line, keeping the angle of the upper arms to the torso. 5, 6, don't want to let the head droop. 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, that's your banded push-up. Okay, second thing I got for you today, I'm going to use a little stool for this one. If you have like a low box or a chair, anything like that to sit on. Going to do some band abductions, all right? So what I do here is I step through this band. I put it just above the knees. Now abductions basically, it's when you these little muscles in your hips allow you to push your legs apart. So I'm going to be pushing apart against this band. But how this is going to work is it's a 3-way abduction. So I'm going to do it seated in 3 different postures. I'll show you from the side. First I'm going to start bent over. I'm going to keep this posture, core nice and tight, and I'm going to push out against that band for 10 reps. Then I'm going to do it sitting straight up, 10 more. Then I'm going to do it leaning back, 10 more. And this is going to hit different abductor muscles because it's a group of small little muscles in there. Okay, so 10 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sitting straight up, same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you lean back a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. First 10 is pretty easy, but by the time you get those 30 reps in, you're definitely feeling it. Okay, third thing, I'm going to do some band pull-aparts, nice and easy. I love doing this because I'm so often hunched over these days, being stuck inside and whatnot. So once again, I'm going to put my hands through the band there. I'm going to choke up on it to get the appropriate amount of tension. As I hold my arms straight out, my shoulders are down, not up around my ears, but down and back like that. I want a little bit of tension on that band to start with. You notice my arms are straight. From here, I'm going to pull apart and pull that band to my chest, just to show you, keeping my shoulders at the same level. All right, so that's for 10. Keep the core nice and tight. Don't be doing this and arching. Keep the knees nice and soft. The stance is no big deal, nothing to worry about. That's 2. Bringing those shoulder blades together and back. That's 4. You should feel those shoulder blades retracting and coming together. That's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Depending on the band that you're using, it's either going to feel like a pretty tough resistance exercise or it's going to feel more like a gentle stretch. Somewhere in between is kind of where I like to live with that one. Okay, so fourth thing, got some hamstring curls. If you have a dumbbell, you're in luck because it's going to make it way easier than what I'm doing. I'm doing with a ball, and the ball tends to roll away on me. So we'll see how this goes. The idea here is you're going to lock the weight between your ankles. So if you have a dumbbell, it's easy. You just lock the handle between your ankles and the top part. Sits nicely on top of your feet and it doesn't move. Okay, you're going to lay flat on your front here. Your hands, I usually use them to cushion my forehead, so my face isn't right on the mat. I'm going to lock that weight in between my ankles. From here, keeping my hips down on the ground, I'm going to curl that ball up like that. So it's all about the glutes and the hamstrings. I don't want to see this kind of stuff happening, because then see how I'm arching in the lumbar spine there? No, I want to keep the hips down the whole time, okay? Nice little squeeze at the top. 1. It's nice to flex those ankles and point the toes sort of towards the top of the foot, as you see. It's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, so that's the 4. Banded push-up, the band abduction, the 3-way. Then we got the band pull-apart, and then hamstring curls. So take a little breather here, get some water if you need it. Gonna hit that whole circuit 2 more times. Gonna keep it a little bit faster this time, a little bit less explanation now that we've been through 1 round. Reason being, I like to work the cardiovascular work in here as well, make this workout as efficient as possible in this 20-odd minutes here. Okay, so let's get set up for that banded push-up. Once again, you don't have to band it. You can do it from the floor. You can do it from an elevated surface, like for example that stool would work perfectly. Okay, just gonna tuck that underneath the shoulders, or underneath the elbows, excuse me. I'm gonna sort of twist my base of my palms into the ground, tighten up those lats. I'm a nice straight line here, okay? Big tight core, drawing myself down, pushing myself up. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, let's hit that 3-way band abduction. Gonna get your little seat here, step through that band just above the knees. I'm gonna start with leaning forward. I want to really grip that seat too and keep the core tight, ribs down the whole time, all right? You want to isolate these muscles here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Straight out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A little bit of a lean back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Next up, we got the band pull-aparts. You can do these sitting. You can do these in a tall kneel. I'm just going to do them standing. That's kind of how I like to do it in terms of comfort. Shoulders back and down. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, last but not least, I got those hamstring curls. Okay, you're gonna get your dumbbell or whatever you've got, tuck in between the ankles, a little cushion for the forehead perhaps. Keep the core nice and tight, keep the hips down. All right, we're going for 10 here. That's 1, point those toes. Woo, that's 2, that ball wants to escape on me. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, little breather, then we'll hit the final round. After that, got a little bit of a finisher that you can join me in if you so desire. About 20-30 seconds to breathe here. Or if you find yourself gasping for breath or really fatigued, you just take as long as you need. It's all good. got to start where you're at and work with what you have, basically. Okay, so once again, gonna get set up, banded here. This arm position, I can't stress how important it is, that angle there, and you want to keep that angle the whole time. We want to focus on these guys. This is a very shoulder dominant position, and that's fine if you're doing a shoulder workout. It's kind of that soldier army style push-up, totally fine, but this tends to be a little bit healthier for the shoulder, this position here. Okay? Screw the base of the palms into the ground, nice tight lats, nice straight line. Drawing down, pushing up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Three-way band abduction. Leaning forward, start. All right, pushing out against the band with those knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep the core tight, straight up now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Leaning back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, good stuff. Rolling right on into those band pull aparts. Shoulders back and down. Lots of neck, okay? Shoulders away from the ears. Core nice and tight. Pulling out, bringing that band back to the chest. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And finally, we got the hamstring curl. Take a minute, get yourself set up here. Pushing the forehead, whatever you want to do to make yourself comfortable, as long as your hips are down against the ground. Locking that weight in, and 1, 2, point those toes up, hips down, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, good work. A little bit of a breather here, then we'll hit a nice little finisher. The finisher, going to hit some extra core work. So the way this is going to work is basically 3 exercises jammed together in a circuit. Going to hit 10 reps of each of those, and going to do that 2 times through. Take a little bit of a rest in between. All right, so it's not about time or speed. It's more just about hitting those reps. Okay, so it's going to be some leg raises. Then on the 10th leg raise, going to keep the legs straight up and go for some ankle touches. I'll show you what that means. So if I'm sitting on my hands, which is the right position for a leg raise, I'm keeping the core tight, toes pointing up. Let's say I did 10 of these. On the 10th, keeping those legs up. Now I got my hands up on my face and I'm reaching up, touching the outside of that opposite ankle. So we're doing ankle touches. I do 10 per side there, so 20 crunches, if you will. And then I'm going to get into this position here and reach in and out. We call that the in and out. You're just on your butt. You're kind of hugging your knees to you, but you're not actually grabbing your legs there. Okay? We'll go in about 15 seconds here. Goes without saying that core tightness is going to be imperative for all 3 of these exercises. All right? Let's see how round 1 goes. Sit on your hands there. All right? Pointing those toes up at the sky. Core nice and tight, and raise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reaching. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, now those in and outs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Little breather, and we're gonna hit that one more time. Okay. Back at my old gym, they used to call that the Spenny Special. Not because I was good at it, but because it kicked my ass every time. Okay. Gonna go in about 15 seconds here. Slow down your breathing. Deep breath in through the nose. Slowly push it out through the mouth. Bring that heart rate down. It's the best way to do it. Of course, you don't want to be talking when you're doing this. Okay, here we go again. Get comfy here. Core tight. Point those toes. Relax the neck. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Keep them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right, get into position for those in and outs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's it for today, folks. Thanks for joining me. Congratulations. I hope that gave you some ideas for how to get creative with the equipment and the space that you've got. And now it's time to stretch, foam roll, cool down, get your protein, all that good stuff. If you're tuning in, watching this on Instagram, thank you. And if you're watching on YouTube later, please like and subscribe for more, because I will be back tomorrow.